Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Retrorifics. And on this week's episode, we're going to take a look at the SX-1 for the CD32. We're going to have a play around in it. I've only just bought this, so it's very new to me. I've got it all set up, so we can have a go with the disk drive. We can have a look at the sysinfo. We can have a look at some games and see if it works. So I have got it obviously plugged in, booted up. And we are up and running. So, what shall we do first? Well, you can see the CD32 is running okay over there at the moment. There is a switch on the back of the SX, so you can disable the SX from booting into its hard drive, and obviously you can enable it so it boots either into the hard drive or it picks up off the CD-ROM first. CD-ROM, floppy disk first. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is just switch it off at the moment. Let's enable it, and we'll have a look, fire it up. They are quite technical, these. It does give it an extra 4 meg. So if you have a look at that picture up there, it shows you just at the side there, you can see the hard drive, the 127 megabyte hard drive. Bless it. So what I'm doing is, cat's crying, it's putting me off. So it's 127 mega hard drive that's in there, as you can see in that image. You can see the memory slot on there as well, can't you? So that's got a 4 meg in this one. But I believe you can take it up to an 8 meg as well. It does give it a little bit of speed increase, which we'll see that in the sysinfo. But yeah, it's got RGB on the side of it. You've got your disk port on the other side of it. It's got hard drive on the back. It's got a place so you can plug in a keyboard. I think it's an AT or an XT keyboard. I'm not sure, but I don't have one to hand at the moment to try and put that keyboard in to show you that working. But you can do that as well with it. So the SX-1 makes it a fully fledged Amiga 1200 with a boost. It's got an added CD drive. So let's take a look at what's in there. I'm going to explore this drive with you guys for the first time right now. Yeah, I can hear hard drive. It's a little on the slow side, look. So what I'll do is I'll pan you back and forward to myself. It's something new that I've done is this on the channel. I've never put myself on the TV at the same time as me having this over this other side. So I just thought I'd try something different. If you like it, if you think it looks okay, drop me a comment and let me know, will you? That would be absolutely fantastic. It will give me some insight to what to do with the channel moving forward as well. And if you enjoy this stuff, hit that subscribe for us. Thanks guys. Right, let's get down to this drive. If Saskia will let us do that. Saskia is the little Maine Coon. She's a little Maine Coon. Yeah, that's right. Maine Coons are usually big. No, she's a dwarf. I'll show you a picture. So, right. We're into the drive. I'm just going to pan you across to there now. So we've got Workbench and we've got H1, whatever H1 is. So I'll try that. And what have we got inside here? Oh look, straight away we've got some sysinfos. I've not looked in here. This is what I said to you guys. This is the first time I've looked in here. So let's have a look, see what sysinfo does. Woo! We've got AGA Alice 2 meg, high res, AGA Lisa. CPU is a 68EC 020. Yeah, so let's hit the speed test. Wow, right, cool. So, with 2,802 dry stones. Hello. And it is actually 2.3 times faster than an Amiga A1200. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't know what sysinfo on this thing without that SX would say. I don't know. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Hello? She's a nut job. Right, so let's quit out of that. So we've had a look at sysinfo. What else have we got in here? Oh look, that looks like a C64 emulator. (1942). Game in there. We're not going to play C64. We've got Doom. Everything's got Doom. So there's a Doom run. I don't know. I don't think he's doing anything. Nah, Doom didn't run. What else have we got? Josip machine. Some demos. Never heard of them. What's Odyssey? We've got a demo. Volume. That seems to run alright, doesn't it? Cool. Do we want to exit? Left, yes. Oh, cool. So that's getting us back. That saved us a bit reboot, didn't it? So there is a few little bits of games in there and demos. Josip EXE, I don't know what that is. I'm not 100% on Amiga stuff, so I can't say that I am absolutely brilliant or know what I'm doing. I don't. Delphine software, what's that? A Curse for the Corpse? Will that run? Can we click past it? Yes, we can. Yay! I like skipping. Right, okay. I guess we need some code books for these. I guess these were original games when they were installed and wasn't cracked. Some foobard in there, guys. that didn't last very long, did it? But you can see it's running game. It is running it. End of the day. Let's shut down and reboot. So this will actually operate just like a normal Amiga 1200 when you've got a keyboard as well on there. I'll have to try and find a nice little black keyboard for it or something like that. The only downside to this is the actual size. It's huge. And so we've got a good foot there, so it's nearly 2 foot deep with that SX on the back. You couldn't turn it that way around because you'd block all the power ports, etc., or it would stick out the side. Thanks for that, Saskia. What are you doing? So, where were we at? Back into Workbench. We've got Opus Directory in there. System tools. I don't think there's much on here anyway, is there? We'll just Frontier, and we'll try Frontier for it last time, and then I'll show you the disk drive and the CD still working in there as well. If Frontier will load. Oh, what's this? Select position. What's that there? I don't know. Oh, I probably need keys. So that's your problem when you're running an hard drive and you're running games and you need keyboard. So let me show you this. So all I'm going to do is do what you would normally do and just pop in the disk and reboot, which we would do on a normal Amiga. You just put the disk in you wanted and restarted it. You press Amiga, control Amiga and reset. And here comes Saskia. Saskia's a Maine Coon, but she's coming up to a year old now, and she's a little dot and skittish. Yeah, there we go, look, we can select English. So there you go, we can see it's up and running. There isn't much, there probably would be sound, not sound, music, but we're not loading the disc in properly. It's only loaded half of the game sort of thing, you know. But you can see it's loading the game off the disc perfectly fine, like it would do back in the day. You've seen the hard drive, we've explored it a little bit, we've booted off here, we've stacked some games up off there. What we can do now is disable that. So if I switch it off, I'll flick the switch at the back, it disables from booting from the hard drive, I think. So when I switch that back on, it should start up with the CD32 screen. Sometimes it does, sometimes it glitches. Oh, it has. Quickly, let's just backtrack a little bit. Let me just switch that back on. Right, so we're back into the workbench. The beauty thing about this is we've now got an A1200 with a built-in CD drive. Awesome. So we can fire up a bit of cannon fodder on the CD drive, put the disc in, and it should appear on that screen desktop. There you go. So it popped up with cannon fodder straight there, look. There's nothing in it because it's hidden. So even if we try and look at hidden content, show icons, show all files. Ah, it did. But you can't boot from here. Can't really do anything from this point. I suppose you could copy the disc over if you wanted to, if you used the Dopus. But yeah, there you go. So if you do want to put files and stuff onto your CD and stick it in, you'll be able to copy your CD, your files off your CD straight into your folders. A bit like using a USB really, but you're not. You're using a disc. How clever! Obviously, back in these days, we didn't have USB sticks. There were no such thing as SD cards, so the CD was the only thing that we had. So we've blathered on a little bit about this now, haven't we? You know what I mean? Let's play a little bit of cannon fodder and see how it goes. This little television is not the best for putting for colours and things like that. It's just a monitor really. What I use for testing stuff. It might have been nice if I could have swapped them around and had me down here and the Amiga up here, but I'd have to look into an HDMI adapter or something like that. So much fun. Great, we can skip it. Great music, great music. Kill all enemy. Phase 1 of 1, it's a jungle out there. Go for it. I can't remember buttons. Wow, level 1 were easy. You can get a USB adapter that plugs into the side as well, so you can use an optical mouse I'm showing you that and it's not switched on. But yeah, we'll crack that back up. I've got another disc in here now. This is a backup disc because obviously there's no protection on these games, or on the disc should I say, not the games. There was protection originally, but they all got cracked. Every single one of them got cracked instantly as soon as they came out. There were no copyright protection on the discs themselves. You can just image them and copy them. It's not a problem at all. But you can't view the files. You can't do anything inside them or out like that. It was a bit like the original floppy drive discs. You can put a disc one in and bring it up on Workbench, and on Workbench it shows you nothing, or you can't do anything with it. It'll only work if you switch it off and boot into it. So that's one of the problems that you can have with that. But obviously on the backup discs, there's none of that. So anything that you wanted to do, say for instance, you wanted some specific files that you wanted to put onto your hard drive, pictures or anything like that, then you can put them burn them onto a disc, and just put the disc in, go to your Workbench and copy them straight over, and that should be what it is, to be fair. We're now booting into one of these multi-discs. I'm thinking about putting the Amiga game selector on there. Paul Vidz has done some cracking stuff, and there is a full 32 gig image for the A1200 that I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the 127 meg hard drive out of there and put a 32 gig CF card in there, so it should give it a little bit of a boost up as well with the power and the speed of this, if you know what I mean. Because it just seems to take ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. Like that. There you go. Just before I switched it off, it came up, and you can see the AGS at the bottom. It's 1. So this is very early stages, and it must have been Paul Vidz that did the AGS back in the day on these, maybe. Am I right? Am I wrong? If you're watching, Paul, let me know if you did. Good stuff. But you can see. So we can pick any game that we feel like that's on this disc. There's 200 of them. Miscellaneous, what have we got? Let's go to a racing one right quickly before we strip it in bits and I'll show you inside it. Always takes a while to load. This is why I want to do the AGS on the CF card inside there, because once we fire that up with the AGS on, it's got everything to hand. And if there is odd game that you haven't got and you want to play it, you can run it on the CD, or you can run it on the floppy drive. There you go. So that we're running it off that. Right, let me get this thing unplugged and I'm going to let you take a look inside. So this is the SX-1. It also came with the original disc setup software. I have looked on that disc and there is not much for setup software from what I can see, just a thing for testing the memory and things like that was on there. So here's the SX-1. There's your RGB connection that we took out to put on that screen when we were watching the games. This side we've got a parallel port at the back. We've got a hard drive here. I don't know what that is. Because I don't believe this is SCSI. The SX-32 I believe is SCSI. There's your disable switch if you want to disable it on and off from booting to the disk drive or booting to the CD32. We've got a parallel connection, and on the other side we've got an audio in. I don't know whether that's an in or an out or an extra pickup that you can pick up for audio. I'd have to look up on the instructions for that. If you guys know about these things, let me know please. And there you go, it's an AT keyboard. There's your serial connection and there's your floppy. The way it connects into the back of the CD32 is you take off the expansion slot at the back and just simply slide it straight in. There is space at the top of there if you want the FMV module in as well, and that's what the top line on here is for. This is a little card in itself, which does pull off, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to. But you'll see it from inside when we pop this lid off. So we've got a huge disk drive, which I think I showed you that before. It was a whole 127 megabytes, a massive whopping 127 megabytes. Of course, back in the day, that was huge. I think the discs only hold, I think it's 1.5 megabytes on a disc. So you can imagine each game on a disc, you could get quite a few games on there as well. So this is the thing that I want to get rid of, and I'd like to be able to put it onto a CF card and put the Amiga game selector onto it. So we just pop that over to the other side for the minute out of the way. We have a few jumpers around here which configure it for the RAM, to whether it's got one-sided RAM or dual-sided RAM. We've got a real-time clock battery down here, which I really need to look at replacing. If you guys out there know what size battery that should be, because that looks like a smaller battery than what it should be, let me know what size battery that should be so I can get a new one. In fact, actually, that looks soldered on before and it's not. So can we take that out? Let's have a look. See if I can get the battery out. Come on. It should just hike out. There we go. So that battery is 2032. So just slip it back in there for the time being. For your real-time clock. We've got a couple of controllers over here. I'm guessing this is for your floppy drive controllers. They look like the normal sort of CIAs, if you like, that you get in Amigas. If you look there closely, you can see the edge connector down there for this card. See if it'll come off now. See if it'll come off now so you can have a look. There you go. So that's just like a single riser that jolts across like that for your FMV at the top. That goes into the CD32. And that obviously audio is getting picked up from that side, look. I like how they've done it, you know. It isn't a neat little unit. It isn't made by Commodore. Oh no! Will that go back on? There we go. So if you look here, you can see holes. So what you're actually supposed to do is mount that floppy drive underneath that board. So you would lift all that board out, put the hard drive in there, feed the wire up the side so it's hidden underneath it. It's out of the way. But for accessibility, rather than stripping it out all the time, it's been put into this little cardboard picture. Oops, we've lost it. Oh no! Which way up was that? There's a pin missing. Oh no. Well, I'm hoping it's going like that. Gosh. Is that it? Yeah, it must be. I'm hoping. Well, look, if it dies, it dies. But that's put into there like that, look. So it can be twiddled around like that. And sat neatly in the top of there, out of the way. Yeah. So that's how that went back in there. And that is the SX-1 for the CD32. If you enjoy these videos, have a look in the description. We have the Discord group, We have Facebook group if you want to come and contact us. We're the YouTube Retro Repairers. We also are doing a live stream tomorrow at 7:30. I think that's going to be on Captain Commodore's channel. So if you want to come and have a chat with us all, if you want to come and have a say, have a laugh, take the mick out of us, call us an idiots, do what you want. Come and do it. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want to join the Discord channel, everybody is welcome. At some point, once the Discord gets running properly, we will pick in random people to come on to the live stream with us if that's something that's interesting to you, and you can come and have a live chat with us. We're going to be running some competitions. We're going to do some more quiz nights, I would imagine. We've only done one, but I quite enjoyed that. They hated me for it because I'd done it too hard. But hey, questions are only questions, aren't they? Questions are only good, and you only like questions when you know the answer. So that's it for this week. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya!